Hello YouTube, this video is about my new vehicle, a massive amount of storage space, 2,800 litres to be precise. You could get almost anything in there. In fact, you could get 1,500 2-litre pop bottles or soda bottles if you're that side of the pond. The engine's good and the paintwork's not too shabby either. There's some really good features to this vehicle, and during the video I'll show you one particular feature which made me buy this one as opposed to another vehicle. So if you have to a camping vehicle or something to carry all that emergency equipment for that situation that might occur, then this vehicle might just be the one you choose. Stay tuned. Well, for a start, it's a Citroen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's a Citroen Berlingo 1.6 HDI, and it's the XTR version as well. So it manages to look slightly sporty. It doesn't really bother me what a car looks like as long as it's functional these days, and this is absolute cracker. The storage space is magnificent in it, the paintwork is in superb condition, and its age, well, it's a 2006 model on a 56 plate, and I'll show you the mileage at the end. You won't believe it. It's absolute steal. I just had to have it. You've got rear windows slightly tinted, in fact all the windows are factory tinted, sliding rear doors, alloy wheels, and as I say, all the alloy wheels are absolutely in fantastic condition. There's been no sort of chips or scrapes or anything like that, and aside from, you know, a little bit of wear, you know, this is a car that was made more than 10 years ago. So I'm really happy. It's in great condition. I guess I better show you the inside. Well, here we are, and the condition is fantastic, absolutely fantastic for a car of this age. As I say, 2006 it was made, so you're talking 13 years old, and I've looked and looked and looked, and I am struggling to find any significant wear. And the seats are comfy as well, so let's sit down for a bit. Oh. Let's say you've got the instrument panel here with the fuel gauge, rev counter, speedo, and the thermometer there. Got the dash cam mounted there because you can never be too careful of other road users. Not sure what that is, and neither did the guy in the garage. We thought that it could be some sort of mobile phone attachment thing, but in truth I don't know. You've got the heater controls here. Sadly no air conditioning. It is what it is. I've had cars in the past that haven't had them and live to tell the tale, and I guess it's one less thing to fail. Having to get used to having the electric windows on the dashboard as opposed to the door though, because that takes a bit getting used to. Got a heated rear window, absolutely fantastic stereo there, proper good sound. It's a Pioneer one. That's the model number, I think, down there. Not that it really matters. What matters to me is it's got the little socket there, which means I can plug my mobile phone into it and play music, but it's actually Bluetooth, as you can see there. So not only can I play my tunes through it or use the CD player or listen to the radio, but I can also use the inbuilt hands-free kit, which I think has been professionally installed. Judging by the fact that all the panels are being put back on, it looks like they've done a pretty good job with that. And you've got a little microphone here. You sort of basically set it up, pair the phone with Bluetooth, and then when you want to make a call, you know, that microphone will pick up your voice and it plays the sound through the speakers. Because in the UK some time ago they made using a mobile phone while driving completely illegal, and recently they've stiffened the penalties, and now you can expect to get a £100 fine and 6 points on your driving licence if you're caught and convicted when you're using your mobile phone. You could also technically be done for an array of things, such as dangerous driving, careless driving. You know, if you go to court, they'll throw the book at you now for using your mobile phone. I don't use my mobile phone. I've always used it on speakerphone or with a typical sort of hands-free kit in the ear, which looks a bit daft. But I'd rather look daft than kill myself or kill somebody else, to put it bluntly. So I'm sure if anybody's ever seen anybody else using a mobile phone when they're driving, and you've pretty annoyed, you're like me, these hands-free kits, don't know how much they cost, but it's certainly worthwhile investing in, and if you get one as part of your car for free, then that's a no-brainer. So just down the centre there, we've got the handbrake there, and 5-speed gearbox. The power output on the car is 74 brake horsepower, 125 pounds-feet of torque, and you've seen the conversion just pop up there, no doubt, for anybody who works in PS or Newton meters. It's got a separate 12-volt socket to the cigarette lighter as well, which is quite good, because all I do is I plug that in, and then I've got a little splitter box down there, which you've seen before, and at the moment the only thing I've got plugged in there is my dash cam into one of the suitable sockets, and in the USBs there I've got just a spare charging cable so I can charge my mobile phone up, and that white cable there is just to plug my mobile phone into the radio, just on that little 3.5mm socket there. But as I say, there's plenty of storage space in there. If I wanted to, I could make things a bit neater, and I've got cup holders there. I've also got just down on the bottom here, I've got another cup holder, so anybody in the back wants to put it. I'm thinking little one's juice bottle, so it's easy for me to pass up. I'll show you the massive amount of storage you get in the door pockets as well. I can fit my clean canteen in there quite comfortably. It'll probably take a litre bottle. Just put a high-vis vest there. It's just force of habit. If I get out on a dark road at night, the first thing I want to do is put a high-vis vest on before I go wandering about. Stand less chance of getting mowed down, or at least when they knock you over they can see you first. In there is another giant storage space, and I can actually, I've just got my sunglasses in there at the moment, but I can fit my 3D cell mag light there, which is always good to have. It actually fits in this one perfectly, and certainly when you are driving late at night, it's always good to have a good bright torch so you can see when you're getting out. And of course, a little Write in the Rain notebook there as well, just to make a quick note. Okay, so sliding doors gives access to 3 proper seats in the back, and the seats are 60-40 split as well, so these two will come down as one, and that one will stay as it is. It'll actually go past the child seat, but if I wanted to, I could take the child seat out and take them all down, and then you've got a massive, great big storage space, effectively like the Bilingo vans. It's got slide-out tables, which, it's a bit stereotypical, the combi van, as they call them, with the sliding out tables and people sitting on a lay-by having a picnic. But yeah, you can laugh, but for all you dads out there who've got children who like colouring while they're in the car, that is at perfect height, so when he's sitting down he can put all his things on. If I just come down here, if I take the floor mat up, these floor mats were actually included when I bought the car. I'm going to change these for the rubber ones. Just take that out for a moment and you can see that it's completely flat going along, so when you actually come to lie anything down here, you haven't got that silly hump that you normally get in the middle, which I believe is called a transmission tunnel. Any of the mechanics on here might put me right with that one. But under here, and you've got the same on that side as well, you've got a little storage space, which I'm just keeping the first aid kit in there at the moment, but I could put anything you want in there. Above the windscreen, you've got a full storage area, full width of the vehicle. There is actually a partition in the middle, but things like maps or CDs or anything like that, can just go up there, and it's out of the way, but it's still within easy reach. And in the back, you've got this netting storage. It's just every little area there is somewhere where you can put things, which is very, very handy, because the one thing I found with the Mondeo is there just wasn't enough storage space. To put the seats down, all you do is push that little button there and then push it forward, and as you can see, that's a pretty big amount of space in there. As I say, it's a effectively the same storage space as the Berlingo van, minus the bulkhead, which is the little partition which would go between your driving seats and your loading area. It's certainly nice to see that the car has been well maintained, and there you see the owner's manual, and the service history is there. Now, Citroën say to service the car every 12,500 miles. It's got 12,500 mile service intervals, and that book is absolutely full of stamps to prove that has been done. Possibly better than that, I've got all these receipts as well, which there's an absolute pile of them there, just loads and loads and loads of receipts, bills, invoices, so on and so forth, which you know, proves the work that has been undertaken on the vehicle. Now, one of those receipts was from last year, and that was for the cam belt change, and the cam belt, along with the associated other articles, was changed. That has to be done every 10 years or 150,000 miles, but as I say, because that has been done, that's one less thing I've got to pay to have done, which is really, really reassuring. And certainly, you know, I normally get my cars serviced every between 8,500 and 10,000 miles, so this car's possibly been serviced even more than that. But I don't think you can really over-service a car, certainly when it comes to oil changes. It's just nice to know that it has been looked after. It sounds really nice, the engine's nice and sweet sounding. I am the third owner, so you know, had two previous owners. It's had a full service history that had been done at a Bosch accredited garage, which is anybody you know will know is a good standard. It's had a cam belt change that was done less than 12 months ago, so that's good. Obviously, I'm going to be taking it to my own mechanic for a quick check over and a full service, just for my own peace of mind. But I do that with any new car that I buy, or you know, second-hand car, whichever way you want to say. But remember, this is 56 plate, 2006. Let's have a look at the mileage. 37,125 miles. That's genuine, it's verified. Looking back over the MOTs, and it's hard to believe that it's 13 years old and not even covered 40,000 miles. So there we have it, 37,000 miles on a 13-year-old car. I could have bought a four-wheel drive, I guess, and certainly for off-roading maybe that would have been better. Of course it would be better, but for my uses, I want something that can do 50 miles to the gallon, not 25. I want something that doesn't cost me a fortune to tax to put on the road. But in the UK, this costs £130 for a 12-month road tax, and I think four-wheel drives are more than double that. So yeah, really happy, really chuffed. I'm hoping it's going to serve me well, and I'd be really interested to hear from anybody else who's got Citroën Berlingos or similar. You know, what are your thoughts on the vehicles? Do you like them? Have you enjoyed them? You know, are you using them? Or have you found them not for you? You know, whatever it is, leave a comment. Be interested to see them. Thanks very much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.